Don't always assume it's a pricing issue. It's not always about the money. And when you don't realize that, you will discount things that are totally unnecessary to be discounted. I have a client that reached out to me this morning, and he runs a technical support company, and he charges by these minutes of technical support hours each month. And one of his big clients wanted to renegotiate their rate. And they said, hey, we're not using all the minutes. We don't want to pay as much as we were. What can you do about that? So his idea was, all right, I'm going to discount it to this much, and this is what I'm going to go back to them. And I said, first, who came up with this discounted number? Was it you or them? And he said, well, it was me. And I said, did the client mention a number that they were looking for? They did not. As a general rule, the first person who's putting a number out when we're discounting is the loser. So that's the first where we broke. Second is, I said, are you sure it's a pricing issue and not a principal issue? What do I mean by that? If they're paying for, say, 1,000 minutes a month of technical support, but they're only using 600, sometimes it's not about the price. It's not that they can no longer afford the original package that they went for you, that they purchased for you. It's more of a principal issue. Hey, I'm paying for 1,000, only using 600. So to go back and simply discount it, assume that it's a pricing issue, may not be necessary. So with my client, they're not wanting to lose the revenue. They're not in a place where they want to give up that revenue, but they're so willing to do this. We all make the same mistake. So what's more important is we go back and we clarify if it's a pricing issue or a principal issue. Most people don't want to pay for 1,000 minutes when they're only using 600 minutes. In that instance, what can you offer that client to compensate for those other 400 minutes? What's a pain point that you can solve? What's a pleasure that you can bring them? Oh, we're going to restructure the software this way. Or I know that you don't like dealing with these kinds of calls. We can take this. If you're worried about losing the revenue, how can you retain the revenue? That's the question to ask. When someone is paying you a certain amount and they're not using all the minutes, it makes sense that they don't want to pay that. If you want to retain that revenue, what can you offer them benefit? What can you offer them that doesn't cost you that much, or that can be automated, that will benefit the end user, benefit your client, and you don't lose the revenue? Don't always assume it's about money, because usually it's not.